investing, trying to get all of my shit up in check. I can never be a friend of a foe, but a foe that decide to know you up text. Now I know what I gotta do next, cause a nigga had me moving obsessed. True, yeah, tell her let it slide. Electric, now I got you blocked like it's Tetris, and now I only hit it where the check is. Like look at all the body that just deadlift, and you ain't gotta tell me what attached is. I guess I really went up on my match, yeah. I ain't ever gonna let you bring me wrong, no, no. Cause even when you let me down, I don't wanna watch you leave. See me when the sun goes down, yeah. But I think I'm in too deep, yeah. Cause even when you let me down, cause I don't wanna watch you leave, yeah. Breakbeats and heartbreak, late nights and heartache. Fuck it, I'll charge it, fuck it, let's charge.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Fane Cherie, and I'm documenting my prep this season for 2025. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. So this video is going to be a full day of eating for a rest day and a training day. So it's going to take place today and tomorrow. Today is Thursday, May 15th, 2025. And today was a check-in day. So I might put in some updates if there are any to the plan. And the reason why I wanted to do a full day of eating is because things have changed since my last video in terms of food and cardio. So I can go into that a little bit later today once I get my check-in feedback. I just don't want it to be a super long video. So yeah, just gonna do full days of eating. Today's a rest day, tomorrow's a training day, so you'll see two different types of meals, basically the same stuff, just different amounts, things like that. So thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to sharing the next couple of days with you. So here is meal one, which is my oats made with the Planta cookies and cream, protein powder, some almond butter, egg whites mixed in, and egg whites on the top. Additionally, I've sprinkled some pink salt on top of the almond butter. You can see that little thing of salt right there, so that's what that is. So yeah, that's meal one. All right, welcome back. So you just saw meal one, which was my oats and egg whites and all that stuff. But I wanted to come on here and just do a quick little update. I did tell you that some things have changed since my last video. So my food has been reduced quite drastically, I would say. I don't know by how much, I haven't done the math, but I can just by looking at my meals and things that have been taken out. So I'm no longer having rice. I no longer have rice cakes at all. And my almond butter, my fats have decreased. I should just say that. Fats have decreased. Protein has stayed the same. And carbs have decreased as well, as one would expect in a prep. Also, my cardio has increased to add an extra 65 calorie burn 6 times a week. So I'm still doing cardio 6 times a week, just adding another 65 calories for me to burn in those sessions. And that's been going pretty well so far. I am feeling a little bit more tired, a little bit more weak. You might even be able to tell by me recording this video that my demeanor is a little bit less. So we're just pushing through all of that, and hopefully progress will continue to be made. When this video comes out, I will be 6 weeks out from my first show of the season and 6.5 weeks out from the second show of the season that I'm planning to do. So last week in my check-in, I was told I was right on track. This week didn't really have a major drop in weight, which is kind of shocking considering the fact that we did lower food and increase cardio. I'm not trying to worry about it too much. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't worry about it this week, because I definitely did. But I've tried to stay positive throughout the whole thing. And that's a big part of bodybuilding, is that sometimes things don't go as planned, or we might have some stalls. And my average this week did drop. So like I'm down on average 1.5 pounds, I think. So it's still something, but and I think both of us, me and my coach, were probably thinking that there would be a bigger drop. I was definitely hoping for one, but it's okay. I believe that progress was made. I still don't have my check-in response yet. I should be getting that maybe within the next hour or so. I did send it very, very early, much earlier than I normally do. I was just up and ready to go for some reason. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about that and how my mindset has been this week, because it's definitely been very different. So, when it comes to my mindset, like I said, I was a little bit down about the scale not dropping as much as I thought it would. And I really, at that point, what I did to combat that was to just lean into my plan, lean into my goals. And so, one thing that really helped me was my coach put out a podcast about like chasing real dopamine and what that meant. And I think something that she and her co host, which is also one of my teammates, was talking about was when things aren't ideal, that we lean into the plan more rather than deviating against that. Because, you know, there was a thought in my head that's like, you know what? Like I got on the scale one day, I can't remember which day it was. The scale was up by not even a pound, by like maybe like 0.8 pounds. And my first initial thought was, F it, I'm not gonna do my cardio today, or I don't feel like doing it because like the scale is up and like I feel like nothing's working. But no, at that point, I really leaned into my plan, and I told myself, you need to do your cardio. Like, don't let this one moment dictate what you do for the rest of the day. And that is exactly how we get through prep. That I feel like that's how I get through prep. And I think I can speak for other bodybuilders and say the same thing. Another thing that I've been doing is um, I've been journaling more, and you have seen that in the intro of this video. I sat down. The first thing I did was journal. Before I journaled, I actually did my check-in pictures and stuff. So it wasn't the very first thing I did, but it was like the second thing I did. So I've been journaling. I started journaling on, I want to say Saturday. So it hasn't been a full week yet, but I haven't missed a day of journaling. It has been really helpful so far to get my thoughts out and get my feelings out and set my tone for the day. And I have seen so many other like YouTubers and bodybuilders, not just bodybuilders on YouTube, but just other YouTubers I watch, because I don't just watch bodybuilding YouTubes. I watch like lifestyle mindset YouTubes. Um, and I noticed that a lot of people, or a lot of them, are journaling to really set the intentions and set the goals for the day. And I decided to try. I was like, you know what? Why not? I am already up early. I already have a whole morning routine. Might as well just add journaling into it. It doesn't take very long. Takes me maybe 5 minutes, if that, depending on what I have to say. Some of my journal entries this week were short and sweet because I just, wasn't feeling it. Like I said, I had a few hard days. So it really just depends. So that has been really helpful for me, and I'm going to continue doing it, staying on track with that as part of my morning routine. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that a little bit, some of the challenges I've had this week, which I've also put into my check-in today as well. So um, I will continue on with, the full day of eating. I just wanted to come on here and chat just for a second. And yeah, I will see you for meal 2.
So I am making a Ninja Creamy. I actually just got this machine a few days ago, and this is my second creamy that I'm making ever. So the plastic is still on the machine, and I'm also trying to figure out like how to respin it and all that other stuff. So I definitely need to respin this one. Like I said, I'm still learning all the settings and when I need to respin and whatnot. So I'm gonna respin it, and then you will see the finished product.
So this is meal two, which is a creamy made with Ghost vegan peanut butter, protein powder, some almond milk, water, and then I put bananas and almond butter on top. Hey guys, so it's a couple of hours later. It's about 2:45, and I've been pretty busy with like work and stuff, but I wanted to jump on here and give prep update because I did get a response from my coach, and quite a few things will be changing, so that's exciting. So the first thing that we have that's changing is going to be my check-ins. So I will now be checking in twice a week. And I guess that makes sense because I'm about 6 weeks out in a couple of days. So as we get closer to show, it only makes sense that I check in more often. The second thing that has changed is my cardio. That has increased from 415 calorie burn 6 times a week to 500 calorie burn. The days per week will depend, and I'm going to explain that in just a second. But the next thing that has changed is I'm now doing low and high days starting tomorrow. So I have low days where my carbs and calories and stuff are low, and then I have a high day where my calories are higher. And I've never done that before, so that'll be different. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just like different calories each day. So um, looking forward to kind of getting right into that and diving into that. Um, and then with that, going back to the cardio, I will only be doing cardio on those low days. So I have 4 low days. So I'll do cardio 4 days in a row, and then I'll have a day, my high day, where I do no cardio at all, just the steps that I normally do. So yeah, that's basically the changes that were made. These are, in my opinion, these are like really big changes. It just lets me know that we're closer to stage, getting closer to the goal, and that my goal is to come in conditioned and ready and competitive for my next shows, especially since I'm aiming to do a national show this year for the first time. So I am ready to kind of push forward and lean into this new plan, the new protocols, or the updates in the protocols. So um, that should be fun. And yeah, just wanted to give you that little prep update. I will see you for meal three. So here I have meal three, which is some ground chicken, green beans, a little bit of pink salt on top. I don't know if you can see that. So I totally forgot to mention that I'm using new sauce and pineapple mango on top of this meal as well. It's a really good sauce, and I will try to put a picture of it above. And then I'm gonna have a black cherry Zevia. I love this black cherry Zevia. One of my favorite flavors. They also have like a vanilla cola one that's pretty good, but I don't typically buy that one in bulk. I usually just like if I see it out, like when I'm out and about, I'll buy it. But yeah, that is meal three. All right, so here is meal four, which is chicken breast, green beans, and avocado, and some salt. I am gonna put that new sauce on it. I just didn't do it yet. I'm kind of annoyed at this avocado though. It's not. I bought them yesterday in like a bag, like you know how they have the bags of avocado, and they aren't as ripe as I thought they were. So when I opened one, it's like kind of raw, I guess, or unripe. Sorry, not raw. Of course they're raw, but they're kind of unripe, which is not my favorite. So I am leaving them out so that they can ripen up a little bit more, and then I'll put them back in the refrigerator. But yeah, this is meal number four. Also, if you guys remember from my previous videos, this meal used to be the one that had the rice cakes, and those rice cakes are now gone, and it was like one of my favorite meals. I used to always rave about it, and now that's gone, so there's no more rice cakes. So it's just this. So if you remember that, it's kind of funny because I was always thinking like I'd be so sad when like this meal is cut out of my plan, and the day is here. So just wanted to point that out. Good morning and welcome back. So I'm terrible, and I realized that I did not film my last meal yesterday. So my last meal yesterday was just ground turkey, potatoes, and blueberries on the side. And I put some Jihu sauce on that. I'm gonna just see if I can try to find like a picture of that meal or something that I took maybe like, a while ago. And I also forgot to film this morning's first meal, like my pre-workout meal. So today is my first low day, and I'm excited to show you the rest of my meals, but I forgot to just film the first one. The first meal was just a protein shake and a banana. It's what my pre-training meal always is. It's just that the orange juice was removed from my shake, because usually I would have orange juice with that, or in that shake. So yeah, that's the only difference. Everything else, well, not everything else is the same, but yeah, I am going to film every meal for today. It'll probably just be, the meals with some music in the background, just because I don't want the video to be super, super long. But yeah, this is going to be a full day of eating. It's Friday, May 16th, and it is a low day. Hey guys, welcome back. So this concludes my full day of eating video for my low day. I realized that this day was kind of a boring eating day just because I had two of the exact same meals back to back. So kind of different, or not different, kind of boring. But when I first decided to record this video, I didn't know that I would have that change of, low days and high days, and that it would be so drastically different than what I normally would have eaten today on a training day. So hopefully it was still entertaining to watch, but next video I will have another probably couple days in the life type of video where you'll be able to see a high day and a low day and some training footage and also some posing footage, because your girl likes to pose. And I love to show, my posing, things that I've changed and stuff like that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope it was a little bit informative, and I will see you in the next one.
So we're doing if you come. Just know one thing is that you're gonna always be high.